welcome back to Bring Back the Girls. I'm so happy to be back. It's been too long, but we're back with an incredible guest, Jaeden Joseph. Jaeden Joseph was on Panthers from 2016 all the way to 2019. You might know her from the famous Panther Vlogs. She is also a world champion from 2018, and she was on the Panther team that broke the curse. So we get to hear about that year and how Panthers were able to break that curse, as we'll find out, which was so interesting to learn about how they took on that year. It's a really great episode. I was so happy that I got her on the podcast. She's our first Bab, and she's just incredible. I had such a fun time talking with her. I think we talked for like 2 hours. We just had a blast reminiscing about our times cheering. So you guys are gonna love this. This is honestly one of my favorite episodes that I've created. So I'm gonna stop rambling and I'll see you at the end of the video. So welcome back, everyone. We have our next guest, Jaeden Joseph from Panthers.
Hello.
So it's kind of funny how I stumbled across Jaeden and her social media platform. I saw her on TikTok would you say it's like a viral video now at this point?
Maybe 100,000, possibly.
Yeah, so she was just talking about her cheerleading experience and then also like the years that she was on Panthers. And I was sitting on TikTok and I was like, oh my God, we were on like large AllGirl at the exact same time. So I reached out and now we have her on as our second guest. Oh my goodness. I hate when it does this.
I know.
We have our second because we had Noelle from F5 and now we have a Panther girl on. So the first question that I ask everyone is how you got into cheer and how you got onto Panthers.
Whenever I was really little, I was climbing on everything, doing cartwheels, whatever. And my dad was like, we need to get this girl into gymnastics. So that's where I started. I went to try to transfer to another gymnastics gym, and it was called Woga, which is where Nastia Lukin actually trained. Wow. And yeah, so I was trying to get into it. The reason I got into Woga was because my stepmom, my dad's wife, and her niece used to do gymnastics at Woga, but she stopped doing gymnastics and she was cheering at Express. And so whenever they denied me to be on a team, I was like, okay, well, let's try this cheer thing. So we went to one class. I went to one class with my cousin. It was a tumbling class, and I loved it, fell in love, and I wanted to go to Express. And then like a few weeks later, Hannah, that's my little cousin, her next door neighbor was my age, and she came over and she had a cheer athletics tryout shirt on, and she was like, oh my gosh, I just tried out to cheer athletics and you guys need to do it too, like we need to go. And Hannah was really like, okay, like let's go. And I was pissed. I wanted to go. I was like, well, I want to go to Express, like I really liked it there, I want to go to that gym. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm giving into peer pressure. So I went and tried out at cheer athletics. And then I made Leopards, which is a youth 2. The next year, I progressed in tumbling really fast. I give all that credit to cheer athletics because they have great tumbling program there. Made Wonder Cats the next year, which is, they used to be a youth at the time, whenever level 6 was the highest level. Remember that? Yep. When they were youth level 5, which was insane. Youth level 5 team. And I know World Cup, I know.
Twinkles, yeah.
I know. So I went from Leopards to Wonder Cats. So I went from 2 to 4. And then I was the only one from Wonder Cats to move to Jags, which is junior 5. And then my second year trying out for level 5, I was obviously trying out for Panthers and Cheetahs because, girl, I have an Arabian through the full. I have my, like, I'm working on my double. Like, I'm a pretty good base. Like, but I also really wanted to be a flyer. So if I'm gonna be a girl. So I think that's what messed me up was I always did flyer tryouts. I was like trying out for these teams as a flyer, not like as my skills. But the second year that I made Jags, I was so pissed. I now know that it's because they really needed me on Jags. But I really stepped my game. Like by the time it was my second year on Jags, I had like 2 to whip dubs. I had like Arabian through to double, like really solid base, really solid in every area. And so they really needed me because Kyra aged out. And I know that now. Well, Kyra's
Yeah,
a
it's funny
but
you say that. That happened to me on Twinkles. A lot of girls on Twinkles, my second year got moved up to Starlights, was the junior five team at the
mm,
time. I was 12 and I was the oldest on the team going into the next season. I was like, oh, like in my mind, I knew it was, I don't know. I was like, I'm pretty old for this team, and a bunch of
right,
who are younger than me went up to Starlights. But looking back, kind of what you said, I think that was the best thing. I got my mental block like went away. I got so many amazing skills. I grew up to be a great leader, and I think it was
right.
the best thing for me as an athlete. Um,
Right. I agree. I agree too. It was a like I had to be the big girl on Jags. There was a huge like I don't want to say necessarily friend group. It was a friend group, but like a large group of us. It was me and like 7, 8 other girls that we spent our first and second year on Jags together, and then we all made Panthers together the
oh,
same
I
year. We
love
were
that.
all on Panthers the like throughout the time. Some of us like sprouted off onto like swoosh or wild or whatever, but like majority of like the group of and that's how it was. That was the feeder. Like that's how I'm sure you had the same kind of system at World Cup where it's like the little one, like the little team goes like this team usually goes to this team and this team usually feeds to this team, and you know what I mean.
Yep.
Like Jags always fed into Cheetahs and Panthers.
Like the rite of passage.
Right, exactly.
And then
But that's basically how I got on to Panthers. It was my dream though. Like I literally my second year on Jags was the year that Panthers music said something like, "You want to be a Bab? You better get in line." And I remember when we would be switching off on with them at practice, I would always sing that to my friends, and I'd be like, "I've been waiting in line for a long time." And then I made Panthers the next year, and I was like, "Let me just sit down and shut up."
what, so how long were you on Panthers again for? What year? And then
So I met my first year was 15, 16, and then my last year was 18, 19.
those were like some great years that Panthers
Oh
had.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. When I saw the question about like cheerleaders, mine were like the ones that I like wanted to be were Jamie Andrews, Peyton Mabry, and Carly Manning. Those were mine. Like I literally was just like I wanted to be a flyer like Jamie and Peyton, and then I wanted to be a tumbler like Carly.
Oh my God. Yeah. They were, so you were at the gym like during that, like I
Yeah.
remember on social media seeing photos of those girls and like going
Yes.
to competitions and watching them compete. So I can't even imagine being at that gym.
Oh, it was
Those
absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And like what that I listen to like old cheer music to do cardio now because
oh,
nothing's harder than a full out. And it gets like it makes the cardio go by so fast. Like four cheer songs is 10 minutes of running. Like you're fine.
hmm.
And I'd be listening to like 2012 Cheetahs, 2011 Wildcats, like
So good.
oh my god, 2011, 2012 was my first year of cheerleading. And that was when CA was at the Garland gym. They turned an indoor parking garage into the cheer gym. It was like they just be doing that. They just be taking random buildings and turning them into cheer gyms. That's why they can fit 6 different mats in their, you know what I mean. I always was in awe, even as an athlete at the gym. Like every time I walked in, I'm just like, I cannot believe this is where I go. Like blessed is not even enough to, you know, describe it. And that goes into the whole CA culture because,
Yeah.
which for me, again, I'm probably going to bring up the word blessed a lot because I did have a really, really fortunate experience at cheer athletics, but I do know people like my cousin Hannah who have not had fortunate experiences. Like, she's the one who got me into cheerleading and sparked this passion within me that I never thought I would have. And she ended up quitting before I even graduated. It's crazy that my experiences growing up is what made me want to continue being in this industry, but like she wants to run far, far away from it, you know.
Yeah, same goes at World Cup. Like I had such a positive experience at World Cup, but same thing that you just said. It's like I know a couple of girls who did not have that same experience and quit cheer when they were very young because it was a lot or a situation happened. And I
And
think
you know what's unfortunate is the most of the time the reason is because of a coach.
hmm a coach, a parent, parents, yeah.
And that's why I want to work in the industry so that I can be what I had, so that I can make their experience positive, you know.
Yeah,
And
that's wonderful because we need more of that in the industry. Yeah.
NCA, like all of our coaches would go out of their way to be like, if you need help with school, if you need help with like need someone to talk to about stuff that's going on at home, like we are here. Like they would push that. And there were situations where there were people on Panthers that like utilized that. Like Ambrose helped a lot of people with their math homework. I would go and talk to Joe and Brad and Ambrose and always vent to them about like stuff that I was going through at home. Like, and they were big on like leave that stuff at the door. Like when it comes to practice and stuff, like leave that stuff at the door. This is your place to escape. But then there comes athletes like my cousin and athletes like your friends that you know that leaving that at the door, but then you walk into a whole nother set of problems. Like for them, like cheer is the problem. So it's like, how can I leave my problems at the door and then I just walk into a whole nother set, you know? Like
That was me with my mental block. Every practice, I was terrified to go in and throw like a fool for
mm-hmm,
crazy. I was like, I know I'm gonna balk. I know I'm gonna stand in that corner for like solid minute and cry.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get yelled at and I'm gonna get in the car and my mom's gonna be upset with me because I didn't throw a skill. So I agree, like it is an escape, but for some athletes it's a lot going into that gym and that atmosphere. So
Right. And my cousin struggled with a mental block when we were on Leopards, our very first year. Like, you know, whenever you like trip up, like whenever you go to swing and it's like, oh my gosh, like it feels
yeah.
like your soul goes and then your body's not there with it, you know? And that's what she was doing. Like, she would go to sit and then it would not work. And then Monica would be like, well, just throw it.
Yep.
You can't
Not how
like,
that works.
Hannah was like no, Hannah was like 10 years old, 9 years old. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that to a child. Like, and they're literally flipping their body. Like, obviously, they're gonna be a little scared. And some, like me, like I didn't have any fears. I was just like, I'm gonna just throw it because I don't know. Just every kid is different, you know. Like, and that's what you have to realize as a coach, especially when you're working with young children. You know.
And so stars are known for their traditions. They have the wave, they have the bow ceremony where the seniors give bows to the younger girls when they make the team. So I was just wondering if Panthers have any traditions that like are passed down or you guys do.
Whenever I first made the team, like the main traditions were like backstage, we would sing The Climb and Lean on Me. When we would sing Lean on Me, it was like, lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend. And it was when the part where it says 4, there won't be long, we would always say 4, 5, there won't be long, short till I'm gonna need elbow somebody to lean. I'm gonna start crying. Stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. But that was like the main thing that we did. And then we started doing initiation, which we know I didn't get initiated. Like I was literally told at Blue Debut, because you know that like show off event that CA puts on, like it's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
just a showcase for every CA team. Like I love it. They're so extra, but I love it. But at Blue Debut, my very first Blue Debut on Panthers, that's whenever I earned my letters. Like cross our elbows and like gather our pinkies and like put our either left or right foot in. But we always like say whatever we need to do. And honestly, I'm kind of sad because I'm forgetting the ones that like our coaches would say, because our coaches would be in there with us and then we would like have our own deal. But Samara had said to us, like, once you cross that white line, you are a bab. So go and show everybody that you're a bab. And I was like, oh,
I got the chills. That's so cute.
Like, I was crazy. But like that was like my technically initiation. But then whenever I was like I think it was the year before I started the vlog, so my second year on Panthers, we were like, these girls need to like earn their name on Babs, like, because it's not just given to you, like it's earned. And so we like set up this whole thing of like we mixed like nasty stuff together and like blindfolded them and made them like eat it, and we were like, all right, there's your first letter. Like, just dumb stuff like
Our initiation for stars is like it's kind of wild what they do. It's been this way for years. We do so during awards night for like the whole gym, they pass out invitations to the gym. So the only way to try out for stars at the gym is you get like your name called at awards night. So they'll be like the Preston like is going to shooting like can try out for shooting stars pretty much. They run through the arch, yes, and you
right.
like slap their butt, and then they get an invitation, and they show up to tryouts. And
So
they,
this is before even making the team.
yep.
So this is basically saying like you're gonna make shooting stars.
Not necessarily. It's just the opportunity to try out. And then, so you just try out and like hopefully you make it. This is all okay, this is only for World Cup athletes. Like that happens for.
That's insane.
Once you make stars, then when do you get your bow? I think it's like right before you compete. It's the bow ceremony. And that's like officially you went through summer, you went through the training, and then kind of what I said, you have a big sister, and then they put the bow in your hair and you're a star.
This
But it's
is like some Dallas, like some DCC shit. Like that's insane. In 2018, in our break, we mentioned like reflecting on 2012 because 2012 was the last time they had won, and we were like, we wanted to carry on the same like drive and ambition. It was the year that they had the what's the T like yeah that
I
was that and
love
that
that
was the
year.
team that made me want to be a Panther actually.
I wanted to be a Panther after that routine.
That was literally the and I had to listen to that. That's the music that got me my double. Like I had to listen to that music to be able to get my two to double. And
And she kicked up her leg and like did that thing or the
mhm,
so good.
I know, but really that's all the tradition we had. I don't know if they still initiate people. Oh, I'm forgetting the most important one. Footloose. Oh my god, we have to do Footloose. That was our warm up. Like instead of like 10 9 eights, we would do Footloose. And everyone would just be chilling and whatever. And then you just hear the first like few notes of the guitar and we're like, oh, okay. And then we have to like get up and start doing Footloose.
2013 is when Panthers came into Large AllGirl. You mentioned 2012. Well,
Mhm.
imagine I was obsessed with I still am obsessed with Panthers, but in 2012, that dance, that music, that whole routine, they won Worlds that year. Imagine Star's fear when we learned that they were after winning a championship in medium that they were coming to large.
No,
Oh,
I couldn't imagine. I
it
couldn't
was
imagine. And how devastating it was that they did lose because I love their 2013 routine. It's so good and their
it was
music
so
is just
good. I
so
was
good.
standing in the back in 2013
I
day.
went to 2013 where I was going to tell you this. We went to Worlds to watch. Like
Yep.
that's all I did. And oh my god, I got a picture with Carly Manning. You best believe, girl. I
Yep.
did. And oh, that freaking routine, the part in their music, I will never get over the part in their music. Small, medium, or large, we're tougher than nails, and
And
we
we're gonna lose those other
and
cats chasing
take
their
their
tail.
tails. We came to no, don't even
Oh,
get me
I
started.
was in the back though before that or whatever, and I was like, imagine 13-year-old me. I'm like looking at the screen of them just going off. I was like, cool, no, for sure.
Didn't F5 win that year?
No, Senior Elite won 2013.
Oh yeah.
It was Senior Elite Panthers Stars.
Do you remember when Senior Elite refused to compete at NCA?
I don't remember that.
There was a year or two that Senior Elite didn't compete. I remember I was on. I think it was my first. I think it was in 2016. Yes, it was. It was the first year because listen, Panthers were on a winning streak at NCA for the longest time.
I remember that.
Then
Yes.
I make the team, and we break that winning streak.
I remember that. Yeah, and then we won 2016. That's right. I don't know if we should have won.
That was a whole mess. 2016 period Worlds.
So bad.
Can we talk about at Worlds because that was kind of
traumatizing a little bit.
Yeah, and like, okay, listen to like how my perspective of Worlds 2016 was, why were they having the dance competition be held at the same time? Why are we competing at 11 p.m.? Also, let's think about
That
the
was
fact
terrible.
who were going on later in the night had to deal with the humidity. It was soaking for us. Whenever I was walking onto the mat, like when I was waving, I stepped onto the red and I like, literally slipped onto like stepping on, and I was like, oh no. And then that's what happened to one of the stunt groups. They caught her and her foot slipped.
That happened to Kira. Yeah. In the pyramid for us.
Do you remember how we were like all of like large AllGirl, large co, and everyone was like, we were up in that field while the coaches were arguing, and we were all talking to each other like, we should go again. What's up with this? Why are we competing so late? Let's go tomorrow. Like, all of us were just on some BS. Like, that was a crazy time. And I was like, why are we even competing outside in the first place?
It looked nice though. Outside did look nice. Like, I looked back at videos, I'm like,
it was cool. The concept was there. It's just it's Florida, and the same thing goes for Daytona. Like, y'all literally right next to the beach. I can imagine the moisture in the air and how winded they would be.
Imagine.
That era of cheer though is so like.
I really liked our years of cheer and just
Me
like
too.
our years growing up in cheer. Like, the athletes that we looked up to were just so good. We got to talk about Worlds 2018. It was the year that Panthers broke the curse of winning NCA and Worlds, and you're my first guest from Panthers, so I'd love to hear about that season and how that all came to be.
I think we just started getting fed up with the superstitions, the whole don't split the pole, don't do this, da 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 da, don't say this, so this bow is the reason for that, da 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 da. We were starting to get like the older girls, I feel like, were more so like, what's a curse? That's where the like, what's a curse came about. That started at the beginning of the season. Like, that energy is what started at the beginning of the season. Like, no superstitions. We're just going to go into this year like calm, cool, and collected. That was our theme. Like, every competition, chilling. We're chilling. I don't want to say manifestation necessarily, but it was a mix of that and like just intuition, just knowing like, we know we're fine. Like, all of it. And it was so weird because like, you never really have, especially on a large all-girl team with 36 girls, 38 girls, everyone on the same page and everyone being like, we're chilling, we're good, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna do our job, and we're gonna hit, and we're gonna win. And that's exactly what we did. Like, every competition, we always said like, we're gonna hit, we're gonna win. And when people would split the pole, and if one person was like, oh, don't split, another person would clock it and be like, split to hit, girl, like, we're fine, like, we're chilling, you know. Like, that was the energy that we had going into Worlds, was like, not necessarily we're gonna stomp on everybody, but a little bit of that. But it's also like, we're chilling, we know we have the capability to do this, and we already did it earlier in the season. And that was what was going on too. And I think the vlog also helped with our confidence a lot, because the channel was growing as we were getting better and better, you know, throughout the season.
All I've been in is the large all-girl division. Same with you. Like, that's the only thing I knew. From 2013 all the way to 2017, it was because I wasn't there when you guys broke it. So for me, it was real for the longest time. I was like, I don't really necessarily believe it, but I was
but
like,
it was real, and I felt it too. Like, I really believed in it. But then whenever we like we actually had the potential, I was like, oh my god, we're gonna break the curse, we're gonna break the curse. Like, that's exactly, and that's what the title of my vlog was we broke the curse.
I think for the longest time too, we just thought it was like the judges as well. They're like, they don't want us to win, but like,
right.
But at the end of the day, it was like, you look at like 2016 when we won NCAA, we fell at Worlds. It's like also like, it wasn't judges, it was also the performances that some of those teams had at Worlds too.
And that's what I think had a lot to do with it too, was the athletes themselves letting it get to their heads. And that's what we didn't let it happen to us. We were like, we can't let this get to us. And I think that's what broke the curse, was the switch of the mindset.
Probably what did it, because you do get in your head sometimes.
The subconscious is a crazy thing.
And I love how you said like that your team that year, it's like that you all clicked together. That was same for us in 2017. Like our 36 girls that year, like we didn't, I don't know if you remember 2017, Stars won nothing all year 2017 because we couldn't hit. Like I don't know what happened. It just wasn't clicking all year, but as a collective after every competition, we came together and we're like, okay, it's fine. We still can do this.
Right, right, right.
Um, and then as we got to Worlds, it was just like, you know what? We lost everything else. Let's
Let's
just
just
give
give
it
it our
all.
all. Let's just have fun.
And that's,
That's when you always like do your best is when you're just
yeah,
going and having fun.
I
You
agree.
know,
That's what I was telling the stars last weekend at Worlds. I was like, as long as you had the time of your life, and
that's
that's,
all that matters because that's all we're gonna remember.
yes, it's true. It's all you
Let
do.
me tell you.
Yes, you don't, at the end of the day, you forget who like came in what place. Like, yes, the awards are great and the tro and winning worlds will be a memory that you'll never forget. But
Hmm.
there's some years that I loved more than the years I won worlds because I
Yeah,
just had such great
same,
times with my teammates. So
same.
I love that. I love hearing your perspective about 2018 because I
Yeah,
know.
it was such a great like positive year like everybody and I love that that was like the real start of like the vlog journey. Like that year is what started it and
Yeah, let's go right into that because I think that's
right.
around our next question.
So basically what happened for me personally, I've always wanted to just be an influencer, a YouTuber of some sort. Like ever since I was little, I used to make like stupid little YouTube videos and post them. I think there was a couple of cheer vlogs that already existed. Like Justin Hensley was doing one for Cheetahs, and somebody else was doing one, I think at Top Gun or maybe Brandon. I don't know. Somebody was doing like they had already existed, but I was like, I'm not digging these. Like I never like I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but when I would watch them, it's like every single cheerleader that does cheer is gonna watch these and be like, okay, yeah, like we do the same thing at practice too. We do these skills. I see these skills on your YouTube. I can watch your routine anytime. I can watch, go on your Instagram and see a video of you doing the exact same skill. So my goal with the Panther vlogs was to show people that like who we are as people, not just Panthers.
Mhm.
Like I'm Jaeden, this is Davin, this is Mackenzie, this, like I wanted people to know us by name and not just like, oh my gosh, those are Panthers. Like,
Girls.
and I also wanted people to know that like just because we have all these skills doesn't mean we're like cool and like all this. Like we're
Yeah.
weird too. Like we goof off, we still
Yeah.
have fun, and we still make mistakes. Like
Mhm.
that's the biggest part in cheerleading is you have to fall to be successful. Like you are going. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, and it's like that's okay. That's just part of the journey, and that's why I wanted to start the blogs is because I wanted people to like see us as like friends, not just like these crazy athletes that can do all these awesome skills,
Yeah.
like I wanted people to know that we're just like you. We just can flip and stuff.
My friend Mika did a vlog as well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was similar to yours as well. Like she didn't really focus too much on the cheers. She just like
Skills,
followed
right.
us around because it is true. We were just teenagers, just
Yeah.
fun time cheering, and I think that it was fun to show that side of your
Mm-hmm.
team because people only see the routine. And
Yes, and I think that's why I wanted to do it mostly too because whenever we go to competitions, I mean, when we hit that mat, thousands of people are screaming for us. So it was like I wanted people like those people to like get to know us,
yeah, know who you
like
are. Yeah.
right. I also wanted to eventually come out and talk about how like all the hardships I've been through in my personal life,
Hmm.
yet I was still able to be successful in cheerleading and still go to and cheer. Luckily for me, was that outlet for me to escape and me to go and be myself fully, and not have to worry about anything that I was dealing with at home.
I that's like why I started this that you have to let me know when you start your like little podcast or whatever
Yes,
you guys go.
yes.
Like I would love to support you guys. But that's kind of the same thing here. It was kind of just like after. I finished cheer, I was like, I have so much like memories, kind of like wisdom about what I experienced, what I went through, how fun it was to be in that division. Like, we would go back and forth with each other, but it was fun. Like it was fun
Right,
competing with you guys. Like it was
right,
all love at the end of the day. Like when it
right.
came to
Exactly, exactly. And that's the thing too, is like the rivalry is what made it like is what made it.
yeah, like I'm ready to see what Babs have going
Oh
on.
my god, and warm-up rooms were just tense. Like you could
Yes.
cut it with butter. It was so fucking intense in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. And I loved it though.
Yes.
That world's warm-up room for the milk house was in like you're right next to each other. Like literally right next to each other. And it's like you've been hearing your music all year and it's like you hear it and I'm trying not to do the like oh, stop. I'm like,
trying not
stop.
to listen to it.
And that's what's crazy too whenever I made Panthers because I grew up obviously I loved Panthers but I also loved everyone in large AllGirl. I loved World Cup,
Yes.
I loved Orange. Mainly World Cup, Orange and Panthers were my top 3. And then I made Panthers and I was like, wait a second, I'm going to be competing against these people. Oh my god, wait.
The same thing.
I was like, wait, I'm going to be competing against like my idols. Like what
There's like
do I want to be
factories
here?
right over there. It's a wild time, and I think that's what's great about having these, videos and talking about our experiences. We can go into a little bit about 2017. Do you remember when Panthers and Stars tied the day one?
Yeah, I do.
They made that
I
whole
do.
deal.
And I was actually really, really heartbroken when we like I wish okay, I'm gonna which I don't know if I'm gonna get to it today, which I don't know when this is gonna be posted or whenever, but you said you're gonna need photos and videos and stuff. I'm gonna give this is one that I'm gonna clock myself and remind me to find it. There's a video of me and a few of my other Panther friends, and we're literally all sitting on the our one of the moms got us like a big gallon of ice cream and all these toppings to make ourselves sundaes because they like felt bad for us. So we all made like sundaes and we're all sitting on the ground of the hotel floor, like teased hair, running makeup, everything. And we're just like, we got second. We got second. And like, we can't believe it. Like, we're literally like, I'm crying into my ice cream sundae. It's so freaking funny. And I remember backstage, which obviously everything is let go now, but back girl, whenever I was 16, I hated y'all that year. I don't know why.
It's
But
okay.
when y'all were backstage, like on day 2, like right before Worlds, when we were all backstage, like sitting down, waiting to go on the floor for awards, and y'all were like starting the wave, and like we were like, they're a little too chill, for my opinion. Do they know that they're like? I'm gonna skip to the last question you said.
Oh,
What is your favorite shooting star routine of all time? It's 2017, ironically. Like it's just so iconic. Like
yeah, I do love
that,
it.
and I think it's 2013 when the jump sequence when they look up at the sky.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. I would listen to cheer music on the way to school in middle school. Like that was my music taste was
Yes.
cheer music. I would only listen to it, and that year of Shooting Stars, but especially 2017. I don't know, just something about Dancing with the Stars.
It works so well.
It was perfect. And then it's fun fact. When I was reading through these questions this morning, I went to go watch the routine again because I was like, it's so iconic. Were you center flyer that year?
I was, yeah.
And I literally saw and I was like, wait, is that Lauren? I was like, there ain't no way. Like, what? Other routines that I was obsessed with, specifically Orange. Like, I don't know
Oh, they
why.
were so good this like last week. So good.
Orange in the last few years have just really like, but I have always been attracted to Orange though, like drawn.
Little robots on the floor, and they just look
Yes,
so good.
they are insane, like absolutely insane. And when I started really getting into Orange was 2012. Like whenever I started cheer is whenever I started getting into all the like different large AllGirl and stuff like that. So like Orange 2012, all of the like, and from then on, like 2014.
Oh, I'm a little salty about the 2014 because if they didn't come into the division, possibly we could have won that year.
Because they were like Panthers too, where they fluctuated divisions too.
Yes.
Right? Uh-huh.
They were like small for the longest time, and Peach was actually large. Yeah, Peach was large, 2013, and then they switched with Orange. And I remember, this sounds terrible, but I was like, oh, it's just, it's Peach,
It's basically Peach.
And then they won.
Yeah, like
And
let
I
me
was
sit
like,
down.
okay, no, for sure, okay.
Right, right.
And then they are a staple in Large All Girl
Oh,
ever since because they,
dude,
like you said, they are the blueprint in my opinion. Like
I
literally
agree.
so clean. Just every routine that they come out with is just insane.
And just iconic music every time. The EMTG routine that
Oh,
really
that one was
got
good.
me.
That was 2023, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That got me by a choke hold, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Okay, what really got me was I when they dropped their music before their routine. When I heard their music,
Oh yeah.
I was like, "What are they gonna do with this? Like,
It's
this
always that.
is either going to be really bad, or this is going to be the most insane ish I've ever seen in my life." And that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
What do you miss about also cheering Panthers and any advice for Panthers that are on the team now?
I miss the consistency of that in my life, is what it right now in my life. That's what I miss the most. We're all so busy that was the only outlet we had to hang out, really. I mean, unless you lived with each other, but like I didn't live with anybody, but like was at practice. And I miss those hangouts, like the vlogs and stuff. Like I miss goofing off, and I miss, like, I don't know, I just miss that being my routine. I miss being backstage, and I know that's so weird because like that's the place that you
I
don't
was gonna
want to
say that's
be.
like the
I
worst part.
know. I know. But for me, I would always get the physical feeling of being nervous, but in my headspace, I would always about to psych myself out, but not. Like I'd be calm. And then for me, it's like as soon as the like curtain opens or as soon as I walk out, all of it washes away for me. Like it's so weird. Like I'm kind of freaking out backstage, like physically, and then like I walk out and all of it just washes away like sandpaper, like sand, and I'm just like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like I miss performing. Like I miss performing so much in front of people, in front of lights, and in a uniform. Like and the advice that I would give is literally soak in every single do not go on autopilot like when you're competing. Like soak in every memory, talk to your teammates throughout your routines. Like that is what makes the routine fun, and that's what gets you through it, is like those moments when you look across the mat at your friend and you're like and like you joke around, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those are the best parts. And practice, do not take practice for granted, because
Yeah.
yeah, it's hell, but like those are where the best memories are made, is through the blood, sweat, and tears that you're giving. Like,
Hours there, yeah.
yes, exactly. Like be grateful that and it's not that you have to do this, it's that you get to do this. That's my biggest thing to people, is like, you, especially now that I'm like older and really like getting into my physical fitness journey, like outside of cheerleading, because cheer has been my only outlet of working out, but now I'm actually doing it. But it's kind of put in perspective, like you are somebody who is able to flip your body. You are somebody who is able to be thrown in the air or lift other people into the air, and you get to say that. So be proud of it and don't regret it, or don't, go into practice dreading it, because yes, it is ass sometimes, and throwing your elite stunt 13 to 15 times is not the best, but it makes you stronger and it makes you closer with your teammates. My biggest advice is you get to do this.
I was gonna say that exact thing. I was like, there's girls out there that would die to be back in your position. Like that video that I posted, I had so many retired athletes being like, I would do anything to be back in the air. Like I would do
Mm-hmm.
anything to compete again. So it's like not taking things for granted.
Right.
I think our last question could be maybe your favorite memory of competing in Large All Girl.
My first worlds with Panthers was in the milk house, and you know how like you walk on the floor and you literally can see everyone, like
Mhm.
all your coaches, everyone.
Yeah.
Whereas every other competition, you can't see anything. You can see everyone and everything there. Like, and even now in the newest arena that they built. Like you can see everyone. They're right in front of you.
Yeah,
like
they're out there.
yeah, it's great. One more too was that I don't know if you ever saw it, but there was like a viral video that NCA posted, the feeling of competing at NCA or something like that. And we were setting, I was like on my knee. I like set and I went Panthers, and I heard the crowd, and it was my reaction to the crowd. I was literally like what? Because they're loud, but I had never heard them like this. It was crazy. And that was the second year that the vlog was a thing. So I think the hype around because there's hype around large AllGirl anyways, but it was even more intense because now everybody's coming out with their little vlogs, and so it's like great. It was just like the hype was insane. Like it was, I don't know. I mean, the feeling of the crowd screaming for you is like when you get set is not like feeling like no other. Like it's on cloud nine for sure.
The large all-girl crowds are, I've never competed. Like they're insane.
Yeah.
Like you're really set, and it just the adrenaline that you have, and there's like that silence before too, like before the music starts, and you're like ready to go.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Oh, and when you're in the back listening to other teams compete too. See,
that scares me.
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
like, I always can tell. I'm like, oh, they're doing good. Oh no, they're doing good.
But it kind of gets you hyped too. You're like, okay, they're doing it. I can do it too,
Right, exactly. And can we also talk about how NCA, well, they had I don't know if they did it any other year, but they probably did, where they would like on day 2, for some reason they had us compete right before awards. So like after you competed, you would go sit on the side of the floor and watch.
Yes.
And so the year that we won NCA, that was crazy because we literally were in first place. So we were going last, and every one of our competitors was sitting next to us, and we were like, oh, we're about to go show up. Want to watch us win?
Fun though. It's so fun. Like that's the best thing about cheer is just like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. And like walking to the corner to go do your routine, and you see all your competitors, you're like, hey,
watch it. Yeah.
Want to see this?
Yeah. Oh, it's so fun.
But that's what makes cheer fun. Like the competitiveness of it makes it so fun. Like, because again, like you said, like in the end, it's all love. But like,
yes, yes. At the end of the day, like when you hang up your uniform and you look back, like, that's what made it so fun to compete in this division. Well, those are all the questions I have for you. Thank you so much for coming on. I had
of course. Thank you. I had a great time too. This was really fun. Really fun.
All right. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I loved having her on. Jaeden, if you're listening, please come back. I had so much fun with you, talking with you and learning all about Panthers and your time on the team. That's all we got for today. I have been gone for a long time, and a lot has gone down in the large all-girl division. So if anyone wants me to make a video on all the new teams that are in the division now, I would love to make a video about that. So just let me know, because we got some new people in lag. I am moving in 2 weeks. I'm going back to Pittsburgh, so I'm gonna try and get some people lined up before I leave, like pre-record videos, but we'll see. I will keep you guys in the loop. Grad school is coming to an end soon, which is kind of crazy, and I'm gonna be starting my externship. So it's gonna be a little transition for me. So bear with me, but I'm gonna try my best to keep on getting videos out for you guys, because I have such a blast making these videos and talking to all my friends. So please like this video and subscribe, and follow Jaeden on all of her social media platforms. They'll be listed down below. I will see you guys so soon. Kiss, kiss.